this town is so unique, more than any other community with agriculture. And we have to honor that. We have to honor the people that came before us. And changing that name for just whatever reason, we've heard all these reasons over the past 20 years. We need to change the name of the ag zone. People don't know what it means. And well, let them come to a unique town like Plymouth and let them ask a couple of questions. That's why the planning board's here. That's why Jules and June is here, and they'll get the answers they want.
When you folks were looking at these districts, did you go through the tax map and determine how many conforming and non-conforming lots you have now in these districts and how many you're going to end up with if you make the changes that you are proposing? Because I looked at the area that I'm familiar with, from the Bridgewater town line to the town of Plymouth. Presently, there are 21 non-conforming lots between the Bridgewater line and the town of Plymouth. If the new regulations go into effect, there are going to be an additional 16 non-conforming lots for a total of 37 non-conforming lots. And I count only 29 conforming lots.
When you step out of your car, if you're on Route 3, by my farm or anywhere near it, and you step out of your car and you look around, it doesn't take very long for you to realize there's just a little tiny postage stamp up by the road. Then there's a very steep embankment along that whole area, and then you get to the farmland. And the old timers back in the day, when they came up with the zoning, you see a lot of half-acre lots, small lots. And that was because there was a simple reason for that. It wasn't 3 acres. It wasn't 2 acres. It was very small lots, because when a farmer got into trouble back in the day and he would sell off a lot, he wanted to maintain the farmland behind that home on the floodplain, on the interval. And that's why it was designed that way. Keep the farming intact. If there's a house that sells, let it be the house.
Well, I think one of the reasons why the old timers built the Grange, for instance, that we own now in 1912 on 0.1 acres of land was because they knew they didn't need more than that. You know, they didn't really. They knew they needed to serve their farm community, and they didn't want to put it in the pristine land.
I have buildings on my property that won't meet the setbacks, and I have fences that are where they're supposed to be, which is on the property line. When you start talking about increasing the setbacks of things, you're basically taking away my property.
It's fine to sit in town and think, well, we'd like to have this nice rural area outside, without understanding what the people in the agricultural zone deal with, how they operate, and what the restrictions you're putting on, what effect that's going to have on being able to maintain the land.
I've read through this. I would defer to the folks who live in these zones in terms of what they think ought to be the uses and the sizes and the rest and the like.
I don't really think increasing lot size arbitrarily is a very valuable planning tool, because it doesn't really allow the land to dictate what happens to it. And as Mike Ahern said earlier, a lot of times you want to convey as small a piece of property as is economically and practically feasible. And as technology and everything is increasing, we're able to better utilize smaller lots. And by increasing these lot size, all we've done, because I've seen this in every town that's done it, we've created a lot more sprawl. Because once you start chewing up the agricultural land with 3-acre sites, it's before too long, you've run out of agricultural land. And if you'll notice, everybody that has a lot, anybody that has a 3-acre lot can probably take care of about a 1/4 acre of it, because it's a lot of work to maintain that area. Once you take those 3-acre lots, pretty quick you've lost the ability to use it as any agricultural land.
I think we proved all this 12 years ago with Kevin French's map, and as Mike Aaron said, 240 some odd people, and we proved what we want to do. We want to be left alone. We want to be able to function on our own, and I think we function better than any other zone in town.